This is killing your game and you don't even know it. Everybody, my name is Justin Miller. I'm owner of Legends of Athletics. Been in the sports performance industry the last 10 years, and I think I know a thing or two about sports, and I am able to talk to you about it in a different perspective than I would have been 10 years ago. So, in sports, there's a lot of things that we kind of get the opportunity, or I've had the opportunity to see over the years in this last 10 years in the game that are beyond physical attributes. They're beyond technical attributes, beyond tactical attributes. What I'm talking about is the mental side of sports and the mental game within sports that we often have to play in order to get more playing time, in order to be a better player, in order to receive those offers and things like that. And so in this video, we want to talk about that, and we want to get to the nitty-gritty of validation within sports. Validation is something that I'm able to see when I look at players play, and it shows up in a couple of forms. This is one form that I want to talk about is, whenever a player makes a mistake, right? I want to give you guys a story time before we get into it. Have you ever been at a game, a practice, anything like that, and you see a player whose confidence is, let's say, about 50-50 before they get out there? They don't completely have the trust of the coach, and they don't completely have the trust of their teammates, and they go and they get on the field, they get on the court, and they go and play, but you can tell they're playing not to make a mistake, but they're playing as best they can within the boundaries of what they've mentally put themselves in before they got on the field, the court, or whatever. In this situation, what you see is that same athlete will make a mistake, and the first thing they're going to do is look to the sideline and look for the coach's reaction. If the coach doesn't react, the athlete takes a deep breath, they keep moving, they keep playing, and they go right back to praying, I don't make a mistake. If you see the athlete's coach have an expression of disappointment, anything like that, you see the athlete go down, sulk, and their game subsequently goes down with it. And I just want to stick to that point alone and not the point of anything else right now. Validation, every one of us, I don't care who it is, it's normal. Every one of us want to be validated in something that we love to do and something that we do and participate in on a regular basis. So how do you combat those feelings of, man, I really don't think the coach likes me. The coach doesn't have confidence to play me. I hope I don't make a mistake because I don't want to get pulled. I'm trying to play the best game that I can within the constraints of the team without my teammates even wanting me to get pulled from the game. In that situation, those scenarios, what you have to do is we want to do two things. I want you first to have a self-belief and self-confidence in your game and what you bring to the table. But that comes with knowing what you bring to the table on your team. I know everybody, let's use the sport of basketball. Everybody in basketball wants to be a scorer. But does your team need you to be more of a defensive player? Do you need to be a better rebounder? Do you need to be a better facilitator? Can you do those things better to create more opportunity for you to get a chance to maybe score or have an effect on the offensive side? The second thing I want you to think of is risk and risk taking. Risk taking is something that you will have to do in your life as an adult whenever you're done with the game or even with playing the game. If you want to play at a high level, a lot of times when you see athletes and players go up levels, they begin to become less and less risky. And so you have to be, you have to try to go against yourself from being risk averse all the time. You just have to know when to take those risks. You have to know how to time those risks and things like that in order to help you be the best you as possible. And so honestly, risk taking is going to put you in a greater situation because now you're able to play free, now you're able to play fast, and now you're able to play within the game. So knowing when to take risk and knowing what value you bring to the team is going to add to your chances of getting more playing time. Add to your chances of maybe instead of being a 6-man, you're the starter, or instead of coming in and rotating in, you're the starter. So you have to know how to do both of those things to keep it very simple. There's more to it, but we want to keep it very simple. And so, knowing how to do that is going to be the biggest piece of advice that I can give you. Because in life, as I said before, and I alluded to this point a second ago, is you have to know how to take risk, but you also got to know when to take the risk. This video that I'm making right now, this business right now would not be where it is today, and I would not be sitting here with the opportunity to talk to you if I didn't know when and how to take risk. Now, does it always mean that you'll be as confident, 100% confident to take that risk when it's time to take it? No. But if you practice those moments and you practice those situations, now you're able to take that risk with some confidence behind it and know, hey, I'm able to overcome this. I've been in a situation before. I've dealt with this before. I've seen this before. I can handle this. But if you don't know or you don't take any risk at all, you're never going to go to the other side and be valuable to your team. The team value, a lot of times, especially at the high school level, right? Because at that level, you have to basically do what the coach asks you, and you have to be a team player. A lot of times when we see it, or I've seen kids that, let's say they want more shots on the team. Well, you have to marry your ideas into the philosophy of what the coach has. If the coach is want to pass it 3 times and then take the shot type of coach, well, it's 2 ways you go about that. Either you're going to be the third pass and be on the back end of them passes and shooting, or you show that you're a great facilitator, great decision maker, and the better that you do that, the coach, by proxy, gives you more opportunity. And then the coach says, well, you're very trustworthy. I trust you in this situation to take the shot. If it's one thing that every athlete should strive for, that a coach has confidence in you, because that's going to open up, again, so many more opportunities. And so I keep going back and forth from 2 ideas because I want you to keep thinking about these 2 ideas. I want you to think about them, right? Value and validation, and how, well, risk, taking risk, but that goes with validation, but value and taking the risk. And I want you to know, just think about it. Think about what I'm saying as I'm saying it. If you don't take any risk, or you're always saying, I pray to God that I don't make a mistake, we can't, nobody can use you to your fullest capacity. You're not even playing at your fullest capacity. So you're playing bound and not free. You want to be free, and you got to know when you go out there that you're going to make mistakes. That's sports. That's life. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Guess what? It's been stuff in this business, and personal story again. Let's go story time number 2. There's been stuff in my business that I felt like I was so confident, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to work. This is a great idea. This right here is going to knock it out the park. I've thought it through. I've planned it. I've went through the good, the bad, the ugly, and it flopped. I mean, flopped, and I sat there, and it may have been something that I couldn't even think of. That's why it's always good to have two brains to do most of everything that you're trying to do. And so, you just got to think of that, and you got to say, well, in this situation, how can I be valuable? But then, let's say the clock's running down, and it's 5 seconds to go in the game before half. Let's use halftime. 5 seconds to go before halftime. I've seen teams where the coach telling them to pass the ball to one kid so much, right? And I promise you, I ain't calling out nobody because I don't know all y'all coaches, but they said pass the ball to one kid so many times that it'd be 5 seconds, and the kid you don't want to have the ball got the ball. So now, are you gonna try to force a pass to who they said because the coach told you to do it? And I'm not saying go against your coach. I'm saying think about this scenario. I'm saying, right? It's 5 seconds to go. That kid is guarded by 2 players. Everybody else is guarded. Or are you going to take the shot? I would tell you 9 times out of 10 to take the shot. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skill. Be valuable. Take the risk. And know when to take the risk. Be very smart. Take the road less traveled. And as always, be legendary.